Hey everyone, so right now I'm going to be filming a tag video. Right now I'm pre-filming a whole bunch of videos, so just so you know, you will be seeing me like this in a bunch of other videos just because I have time right now before I start school to film videos. So right now I'm doing the Taylor Swift book tag, so I got my red lips like Taylor Swift. I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it. So the first question is, we are never ever getting back together, so pick a book or series that you were pretty sure you were in love with but then you wanted to break up with. So the series that I picked for this is Divergent. I love Divergent and Insurgent, but I really don't like Allegiant, and I'll get to that probably in another question of the tag. So yeah, definitely would have to be Divergent. Then the next one is Red. Pick a book with red on the cover. And I picked Better When He's Bad by Jay Crownover. There's red here and on the spine. The next one is The Best Day. So pick a book that makes you feel nostalgic. So for this book, I picked Homeboys by Alan Lawrence Sitomer. I read this book in 6th grade. I've always really liked reading, but then I stopped reading for a while, and I really got back into reading after I read this book. It's so weird. It's about a guy named Teddy, and his little sister gets shot and killed, and on accident, wrong place, wrong time type of thing, and he goes and wants revenge on the gang that did it, and so it's so, I don't know. It was a good book. I remember it being good, and I really liked it, but it was I don't know, it was different, obviously. Okay, so, love story. Pick a book with a forbidden love. So for this one, I picked the Slam series by Colleen Hoover. I don't have the first one. I lent it out to a friend, and I have not yet gotten it back. Just sad, but I have Point of Retreat, which is the second one, and then, This Girl is the third one. It's over here. Okay, I don't know where to put all these books now that I talked about them. So the next one is I Knew You Were Trouble. So pick a book with a bad character you couldn't help but love. So this one I'm kind of iffy on because it's a love-hate relationship with this character, but I picked Stolen by Lucy Christopher because this book is about a girl who gets stolen by this boy. She gets kidnapped, and I really feel bad for the guy that took her, but then at the same time, I know he's wrong. That he, kidnapped this girl, and that's not right, but I feel bad. And it's, the whole point of the book, it's not right, but it's so right, but wrong, you know? Okay, so then, the next question is, Innocent. Pick a book that someone ruined the ending for, and Allegiant. This book was totally ruined for me, and it literally, after this book was ruined for me, it took me 2 months to read this, literally 2 months. I was in class talking with my friends, and this girl was like, oh, have you read Allegiant? And I'm like, no, not yet. And then this other girl, without even thinking, blurted out the whole ending, super fast, and I was like, oh my god. I was so mad. And the girl was she's one of my really good friends, and so I'm over it now, but I'm still upset that I got ruined on this, because if you've read this book, that kind of sucks knowing the ending to the book and then having to read it and wait for that moment to happen, so sad. Okay, so then the next question is Everything Has Changed. Pick a character from a book that has gone through extensive character development. So for this one, I picked two. I picked Remy from the Remy series by Katie Evans. I think this character had a decent amount of character development. I also picked Jude Ryder from Crash by Nicole Williams. I feel like this character, by far, has had a great amount of character development. Okay, so the next one is You Belong With Me. Pick your most anticipated book release. So for the most part, I haven't had any book releases, I guess. I knew about Ugly Love before it came out by Colleen Hoover, and I was really excited for it, but I didn't know very long before it came out. You know what I mean? And so it wasn't like I was waiting for 2 years for this book. Like, I waited like a month or so or something. I don't know. I didn't wait too long for this book. So that's kind of that. And then I also put Resisting Ryan by Alyssa Ray, what's her name? Alyssa Ray Taylor. I originally found this author, this is a sequel. I originally found this author from Wattpad, and I used to read on Wattpad, and that's where I did a lot of my reading, like tons of my reading for like 2 years I read on Wattpad, and only Wattpad. And she was writing, what is it called? Raising Ryan. And she was writing it on there. And if you don't know what Wattpad is, it's an app where you can, literally anyone can publish a book, like a book on there. And she had a book on there. And the thing that with Wattpad is the chapter, it's uploaded by chapter. And so some books could have 5 chapters and some could have like 50. And that's originally why I stopped reading on Wattpad, because it got really annoying that some authors would never upload their next chapter, and I'd be sitting there waiting like, okay, I want to read your book. But they weren't like authors, they were like everyday Joes. I could have a book on there if I wanted to, but hers got really popular and she ended up publishing it, and so I bought it. And then I bought this one because there was a huge cliffhanger at the end of book 1 for book 2, and I had to wait like a year. And then of course I read this book when I got it, and there's a huge cliffhanger at the end, and book 3 has not come out yet. So yeah, I probably would say this one more than Ugly Love would be my most anticipated book release, just because any of the other books I've already, like, I've read them late enough where this series has already finished, or the second book has come out by the time that I've read it. Okay, Forever and Always, pick a book, your favorite book couple. This one, I put all. I cannot pick one couple, like, that would be so hard. I can't pick one. I love all of my book couples, all of them. So Come Back, Be Here. Pick a book you would least like to lend out for fear of missing it too much. For this one, I put anything by Colleen Hoover. Anything by Colleen Hoover or anything by Abby Glines. I have recently been obsessed with Abby Glines. I have like 10 of her books over there, and then another like 8 over here. Like, I have so many of her books, and I love them. And I would just like, I'd be so sad if I didn't get any of them back. Like, and see, I had lent out Colleen Hoover, and I haven't gotten it back. And so I'm kind of like, sad. Okay, so then I found some bonus questions on this one. This one is on a blog. And so, wait a second. 11. Oh. Teardrops My Guitar. Pick a book that made you cry a lot. Oh my gosh, this was not hard. Like, the most recent one that has made me cry a lot is Sometimes It Lasts by Abby Glines. I was bawling on the first page, and I probably didn't stop crying until the very end of the book. Like, this book was so sad. I like couldn't control myself. I was like sobbing, and I read like one chapter at a time, like at one point, because it was so sad, and I didn't want to sit in my bed crying every single night reading. And so I would read like slowly and slowly, and eventually it got a little better and I wasn't crying all the time. But this book definitely provoked some tears. Okay, so 12 is Shake It Off. Pick a book that you love so much you just shake off the haters. So I haven't really had a book that I've read that has had like a lot of hate. At least I don't think I have. And so the only one that I could really think of, which was, it was kind of like a personal hate, not with me, but with my friends. I recommended this book to my friend, and she really didn't like it, and she didn't even like finish reading it. So that's the only thing that I can think of that was like hate. Oh, but this is Leaving Paradise by Simone Alcalas. But other than that, I can't really think of a book that has had hate. I think that is it. So that is my Taylor Swift book tag. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!